Welcome. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to get into a variety of topics, but this first topic, let's give you a Tesla incentive update because there are a ton of different incentives that you might not be aware about. There is an extensive list. I think this is like the record amount of incentives that we've seen all year. So if you're looking to buy a Tesla right now with the $7,500 federal tax credit ending, you pretty much have a good amount of time until the next quarter end, which I guess about at this point, we're tracking on like what, 60 days, 75 days at this point. So we're going to get into that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you want to join our free email newsletter, you could do that down below in the description. Sorry for the technical issues in the beginning there. We figured out our audio. And thank you to everybody that joined in earlier when we tried to do a test stream from our Cybertruck with the Starlink. And of course, it crashed. But I think I figured out you have to reset the Starlink because it was like rebooting a ton for sure. But we've got a massive list of incentives right now. Tesla is rolling out all of the different pricing and everything. It seems like we've seen a record amount of discounts and credits and all these other different things, which you might be confused about which ones you're eligible for, which one can you stack, which one is going to be the best deal right now. And this is like a no more incentives because the Tesla CFO said that there's really everything they want to release is out there. And so if you're looking to be making a decision, and if you are particular about like the vehicle you want, the Tesla Model 3 or Model Y or whichever, I would say it's probably worth it to try and get it in earlier before the inventory starts to dry up. We'll show you this screen in which it kind of seems like some delivery times are getting pushed out a little bit. And so if you're banking on this $7,500 federal tax credit, it might not be worth risking. And so here we got it categorized here from like incentives that stack onto everything, and then also based upon by model as well. So of course, the biggest thing is the $7,500 federal tax credit, which if you didn't know is you have to take delivery by September 30th, like vehicle in hand and everything. You can't like place an order or anything like that. It's not like years before in the past where you could like sign a contract. No, you have to take delivery and purchase the vehicle. Of course, we got 1 month free full self-driving transfer or trial. We've got free full self-driving, full self-driving transfers. If you got an older Tesla that has full self-driving, that's happening right now. There's no end date to that. And the biggest one, I would say these two, which isn't really talked about too much. Like if you take a look at Tesla's even own page, they don't really mention one of these different incentives offers, which is really interesting. The first one is America's Heroes, $1,000 off. Military, teachers, students, first responders. It's very easy to get this one. All you have to do is verify with ID Me on the America's Heroes purchase page, which is, you can see it right here. The ID Me is down here below. And so if you're interested, definitely take a look at that. And then the next one is going to be the Lyft driver program, which is also pretty easy to get, but both of these cannot stack together. And the Lyft one is not a $1,000 discount, but it is $1,000 in Tesla credits, which, I mean, hey, better than nothing, right? You get $1,000 in credits upon delivery and $1,000 incentive after driving 100 trips. So half of that I feel like should be very easy to get. The next one, if we go to Model Y, which I know a lot of you are trying to purchase and get a deal on right now. I mean, $2,000 off inventory. I was trying to scrape and see if there's some more higher ones. There is like $3,000 to $4,000 off, but those are like demo status ones. And so really take that with like a grain of salt, or take a look at it and see, is it actually worth it to get one of those or not? Because some of them, it might not be, because like we were taking a look at another one, someone was asking me for feedback and it had like $7,000 in repair for hail damage, and it was like a $4,000 discount. And so it sounds like a great discount, but I mean, at an extra $2,000 off for $7,000 in hail damage, I would say that's probably a no-go for sure. And of course, one free upgrade on eligible inventory. It seems like Tesla is not making any sort of adjustments on that. And so if you find a vehicle that's inventory that doesn't, seems like they're saying, nope, sorry, like that is what it is. We're not controlling with that. And I mean, it doesn't hurt to ask. I mean, you can always try and ask with the manager or whichever. whatever. We've got 3.49% financing up to 60 months, which is pretty good relative to what's out there in the market, but of course not good when you compare it to like the 1.99 that we saw just this past quarter. If you want to go to 72 months, it's 4.99, which pretty bad actually. And then lease for $349 a month, and of course all universal incentives at the top apply. Model 3 gets fairly more interesting. It seems like this is like the better deal, which kind of makes sense, right? Because there could be a new Model 3 refresh, like a very, very small refresh, which would be front camera and maybe an ambient lighting upgrade in the interior. But we got $2,000 off on inventory vehicles. We got one free upgrade as well. We got 18 months of free supercharging, which that's easily valued at $200 to $300 a month, but you must pay cash. The one thing that's interesting with the free supercharging offer, and I'm wondering here, and I think it might work, and I'm wondering if anybody has gone through this yet, but let's say you do like this 18 months of free supercharging because you're paying cash. Like to Tesla, doing a credit union check is kind of like cash for them. So I'm wondering if there's a loophole here, whether you buy it with a credit union. Of course, credit unions are still 4 to 5%, not as good as like 0% or even 2.49% without full self-driving, but maybe there's a little bit of loophole. Like if you know you're going to be killing it out of the park with a bunch of free supercharging over 18 months, like maybe if you're valuing it at like $500 to $600 a month, then maybe paying interest or even doing like a quick refi with a credit union may work as well. And if you're looking to get access to a list of all the best credit unions that have interest rates in the 4 to 5%, definitely check out our Patreon group down below in the description, which once you sign up, you get access to our credit union list. We got 0% APR if you buy full self-driving or transfer, and 2.49% without, which is pretty respectable. And leasing, 24 months, $3K down at $299 a month. Or if you're doing the performance, which just got a boost in terms of incentives, we've got performance at $699 a month. Or if you're buying it, for all the colors, both interior and exterior, are now free. So every single build now qualifies for the $7,500 federal tax credit, which is fantastic in my opinion, which I really feel like that's the deal if you're looking to get it at this point. Moving to Cybertruck, our favorite build right now. And I think like if you have the capacity to, fit a Cybertruck in your, your life, then it is a fantastic vehicle. We just got ours, the green with the gold rims. You can check it out if you like the color or not. Let me know what you think on our channel. We released a video yesterday, but 0% with full self-driving purchase or transfer. If you don't want full self-driving, it's 2.49%, which is a fantastic rate. I'm curious to see if anybody out there is looking to be buying a Cybertruck right now because of the better deal it is, but it is currently. But the one thing is for sure, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. If you're already buying full self-driving, then using our referral code does support the channel. So thank you for everybody that's doing that. And of course, 1 year of free supercharging, which Cybertrucks is a big battery, hefty vehicle, very inefficient. You'll definitely be able to get maybe even $200 to $300 to $400. Like in our first month of owning a free supercharging Cybertruck, we were able to charge like 1,300 kilowatts, which is about, if you look at it retail wise, that's like $600 worth, which I don't know if we can continue to do that, but it's a very, very nice way to, get some more value that. And of course, free 20-inch wheels and 1 year premium connectivity for the Cybertruck. If you're looking to get a Cybertruck, it actually is one of the better times, at least the best time all year, where it is a great deal for the Cybertruck. Moving to Model S and Model X, which I feel like is the most boring at this point, but because they're trying to clear out the old one. And actually, I just drove the brand new Model S and Model X today, and my quick thoughts on that are, it's like a little bit nicer, like 10 to 15% nicer. What I actually found was interesting was that the Model S, the new Model S, I drove a Model X Plaid, and then I drove a Model S Long Range. The Model S Long Range was actually more comfortable than the Model X Plaid, and I enjoyed myself better in the Model S than the Model X. But of course, we got 1 year free supercharging on the old and busted model, and we got one free premium upgraded with full self-driving. It's not that exciting at all, but certainly if you are taking an interest in taking a look at it, here are all the different incentives that are out there. And just don't forget about the Lyft driver program, the America's Hero ID program, program as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments.
If you bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic.
Thanks to everyone. Boraki, thanks for coming in. Is it $7,500 tax plus lease incentive or one or the other? That's actually a great question and maybe even a little bit confusing here because we did stack them together. So the federal tax credit is for paying with cash or financing, and then the leasing is for leasing only. Either way, no matter how you swing it, if you're buying a Tesla Model 3 or Model Y, you are getting the $7,500 federal tax credit. The only reason why the lease one is more important is because the lease one is for people that make too much money, and so the lease is a loophole if you're looking to get that $7,500 federal tax credit. But great question, Boraki, and I can imagine that is confusing to a lot of different people. In this next topic, we've got a massive leak of the affordable Tesla Model Y. We can see here that we've got interior shots. We can see that there's a lot of different things that are happening in the Tesla factory space as well. Let's take a look at everything we've seen so far. We've got some sort of picture here from the other day of a lot of different vehicles being hidden under covers in this one area with also a fenced wall around it. So I bet we are very, very, very close to a release of an affordable Model Y, or like an affordable vehicle that Elon says is just a Model Y, but they're probably going to hold it until the end of the quarter or even next quarter. We've got another spotting of this mysterious vehicle that some people didn't think was a model or a cheaper affordable vehicle, but now some people thinking it is. I mean, there's a lot of different things, a lot of different viewpoints, but the biggest thing here is we've got some mock-ups of what it seems to be of a new one because of these photos. It seems like someone has leaked some interior photos or exterior photos of what appears to be a Model Y L or even the Model Y cheap one for sure, because we've got different cup holders you can see right here. We've got a roof that does not have a glass roof area. Like imagine that. Would you buy a Tesla that doesn't have a glass roof? You can see another photo right here, a lot of different covered areas, and at the top of here you do not see a glass roof. And so it's one of these things in which like it's almost tough to try and justify a vehicle like this because it really depends on the price point, right? Because if it's like maybe $10,000 less than that, I mean, if you factor in the $7,500, it's like what type of features can they strip from it from here? But here's the interesting leak so far: redesigned center console, no iconic rear light reflector like the existing Model Y, no fabric seats but instead vegan leather, no rear screen, no front bumper cam, and headlights moved even higher. So maybe they're trying to combine some of the different things here with the new like a Cybercab or even other vehicle. No glass roof, cloth seats, possible rear screen removal, which we could easily see that because the Model 3 cheap one that's in Mexico also has that removed. No ambient lighting, simplified door design, and no ventilated seats as well. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. It certainly is an interesting vehicle, and I mean, now we know that it is coming out. Now we know that it pretty much is a Model Y, but maybe smaller and defeatured and cheaper, and most likely, I mean, we know because they said on the Tesla call that it is going to be a Q4 release at this point. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments.
So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, linked down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my #1 accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic.
Thanks for that, everyone. And 3W gave us an exclusive highest promo code at Dennis35, 35% off, which is way higher than their website offer and everything. So definitely check it out. Link down below in the description. And thank you to everybody that supports us by using the links down below in the description and everything. But if you're just joining in, welcome. We recapped all the different incentives that are out there. It might be a little bit confusing, but skip to the beginning of this video if you want to take a look at it. The one thing I do want to stress is the America's Hero, $1,000 off, and the Lyft Driver program. Both of those are not stackable, but each and every one of those is stackable with all of the different incentives down below. Saul, residual and lease are so bad, they're charging roughly 5% hidden leases, money factor APR. Saul, yes, great point, but that's why the loophole is really for people that want to buy it out, that don't qualify for the $7,500 on a cash or finance, and then will quickly buy it out with like a credit union or something like that. Baraki, how much cheaper are we talking about the affordable Model Y? Good question. We're actually going to talk about that in a little bit. UCI guy, thinking about getting the Model S. Is the 2026 longer range nicer than the 2025? Yes. I'm most interested in noise, vibration, and handling. Yes, it is nicer. If I had to put a number on it, 10 to at best 15% nicer with the ride quality and everything. MMA, thanks for coming in. Baraki, because I'm trying to get one of these guys, and if I could get a cheaper one around September 30th, then why lease now? Yeah, I mean, I think the cheaper, affordable Tesla is going to be cheaper, of course, because it's more affordable. It's at what sacrifices are you willing to be okay with that? AK, man, still waiting for when Tesla does transfer-free supercharging. Do you think that's going to happen? Thanks. Yes, I think that's going to be happening, but it's going to be a Q4 deal, because in Q4, Tesla is going to need to throw everything, including the kitchen sink, to try and get people to buy Teslas, in my opinion, but we'll see. All right, thanks for coming in. UCI, also, does the $7,500 credit loophole apply to a Model S lease? Yes, it actually does. If you lease any of the Teslas, you get the $7,500 as a lease incentive. JR, you think there may be a chance of 0% full self-driving on Model Y? I think so, but I mean, if we believe the CFO for Tesla in that all the different incentives have been rolled out, and when he said that, he was kind of talking about the Model 3 and the Model Y only, and then of course a day later the Model S and Model X and Cybertruck incentive releases. So I really see where he's coming from there. But I mean, if we're sticking to it, because Tesla has been pretty good with kind of just sticking with what what they say they're going to do, so we could easily see that. Ultra, do you know anything about the buyback process? My Model Y has been in service for 48 days. Holy crap. Yeah, Ultra, it's very simple. Just talk to your service manager and see if they can submit it for you. Miguel, thoughts on stealth gray rear-wheel drive Y or Quicksilver Model 3 rear-wheel drive? I'm biased because we currently own a Model Y, and I really feel like it is a fantastic vehicle across the board. Baraki, is it worth picking up an all-wheel drive over rear-wheel drive? I feel like it's needed. It really depends, Baraki, on where you live. If you live in an area with inclement weather, then yes, it could be worth it it definitely is worth it to get all-wheel drive. If you live in an area that it doesn't snow at all, then rear-wheel drive. Like if you live in California, Texas, or even Florida, I would go with a rear-wheel drive. In fact, like we've got a Model Y all-wheel drive launch series right now. I'm half considering going to a rear-wheel drive, unless like, of course, the Model Y Performance comes out, and then that is a different story. In this next topic, so there's that cheap Cybertruck, the rear-wheel drive Cybertruck that is you can get for like I think $6.99 a month or $7.99 a month, one of the cheapest ones out there. But we haven't seen any deliveries yet. But we finally got some pictures of it showing up in inventory and everything. And the initial reviews are pretty interesting. They seem to say that the suspension is fantastic. They seem to say that the seats are more comfortable than the leather one. But you can see here are the cloth seats with it, and of course the back seats in the speed fabric type of look as well. Of course, no rear screen in the back. They really decontented it a lot with a manual tonneau cover in the backside as well that you'd pay extra for, and all these different ones with that. But very interesting to see. Here's another one, a picture of it, of all the different things here. And take a look at this. This speaker, it seems to be smaller as well in the Cybertruck, but I don't know who is like the buyer for one of these, because you would think this is like the more utility, but then they also took away a lot of the utility as well, like the power plugs in the back, the tonneau cover and everything. But very interesting. If you're buying a rear-wheel drive Cybertruck, I mean, if you're picking one up in the California area, I'd love to join your delivery and everything, and of course, LA or SoCal, but very interesting to see these different builds and everything. But let us know what your thoughts on all it. Let us know what you're thinking. Miguel, hopefully they do Model Y one rear free color on orders or some incentive rather than inventory. Miguel, yeah, I think that's going to happen, in which there's going to be incentives that are available for Tesla sales associates that they can offer, kind of like how at the end of the last quarter there was like option credit. Alex, do you think they'll add a supercharging for Model 3 finance? It's possible. Like, it's possible they take a lot of these different incentives and kind of just roll it out to everything without making people jump through some of these hoops, like if then, if that. I mean, it's kind of is annoying, right? Like, it's like, if you do this, you can get this. If you get this package, then you can get this. It makes it very confusing. And if if we're engulfed in this every single day, and I know you guys look at it every single day as well, and so maybe it's a little bit less confusing, but it kind of is with like, different packages, and it's kind of hard to see like clearly, okay, which one is the best deal at the moment. And I mean, between Model 3 and Model Y, of course the Model 3 is because of the lower interest rates, but of course, is that vehicle going to make sense for you as well? Lavendi, I want 0% no string attached supercharging for full self-driving and free supercharging for 3 years. I'm sure you're talking about the Cybertruck, or maybe you're not, but Cybertruck, yeah, if it can be that type of deal, that could be a crazy deal for sure. In this next topic, let's talk about the affordable Tesla model, and we'll talk about like the launch series of it or the launch of it. But what if the price of it could be $36,000? Would it actually make sense? Of course, people now are starting to speculate on how much this actually could be. Nada Tesla posted this affordable model set for Q4 launch, as we know from the earnings call, could start at $36,000. I mean, very interesting to see them come out of the gate with this type of pricing, because if it's $36,000, I'm not sure it's affordable, but I can see why they are saying this, because if you take a look, if we fast forward to Q4 and take a look at some of the prices here, we can kind of guess what it could be, because let's say the 7,500 is gone and I remove the 7,500, so all these prices go up, and the Model Y is $45,000, the Model Y long range all-wheel drive is $49,000. And if we take a look at some of these different things here, we can see that if the 7,500 is boosted up like this, then what type of pricing we could see for the affordable model. At the affordable model, yes, could be $36,000. And I guess that could make a lot of sense here, but let me see if I can try and post in my... Man, I'm just having all the technical issues today. But so if we think about this, if we zoom out at the pricing here and think about what the pricing could actually be, if the Model Y all-wheel drive or rear-wheel drive is $45,000, and I guess if they tried to make the affordable because there is no tax credit, then $36,000 could ideally be the price point, because logically, if we were to stair step the prices up, maybe $36,000 is the next price, which could be very interesting to see. But I guess that's what Not a Tesla could be potentially thinking here, because logically it could make sense. And of course, Tesla just wants to make sure they get all the revenue that they can. And they did say in the earnings call, design and make a vehicle that more people could afford. But if you back out the tax credit or put it back in, then essentially a rear-wheel drive is $37,000. So I know a lot of people are waiting for this affordable vehicle, but if it's going to be $35,000, you might as well just get a Model Y rear-wheel drive currently. And of course, if you're looking to do that, don't forget to make sure you look at all the different current incentives and offers. And of course, don't forget to use a Tesla referral code, just like the one down below in the description, so you get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. But our friend of the channel, Paul Foss, posted this. October 1st, Model Y S or Model Y cheaper or Model Y affordable starts at $29,990, and the Model Y rear-wheel drive starts at $39,990. That could make a lot of sense in terms of the pricing for those vehicles. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. Julio, anyone know if I can use referral credits towards card purchase? Card purchase? Like gift card? Oh, new car purchase? Yes, you can. Not the credits, not the points, but the actual money. Yes. Banking Model Y has 0% for Board 930. I don't know, Julio, if that's actually going to be the case here. I mean, fingers crossed. I would love to see that, but I don't think it actually is. Miguel, they should focus on orders rather than inventory discounts and focus on getting people in vehicles ASAP. That is my opinion. Yeah, and it seems like they're starting to delay things, or maybe the production is delaying or the demand or whichever it is. I mean, we'll take a look at it, and I want to hear your guys' thoughts on all the different incentives that are out there, and if you're getting pushed with your estimated delivery dates. That's the more important part. But I know a lot of you out there want the best discount on your Tesla, but don't forget about your current vehicle and where you're selling it as well. And please do not trade it into Tesla if you can help it, unless there's like a tax credit for doing that. And that's where our friends at Me The Vin, they want to give you the maximum value for your vehicle. Definitely check out GiveMeTheVin.com. They will buy your vehicle while you're at the comfort of your home. And of course, right now, if you sell your vehicle to them, they're also doing a $25,000 cash giveaway as well. So you might as well give them a shot with your trade-in vehicle. So you can check it out, link down below in the description, and enter in your vehicle really quickly so that they can shoot you an offer as well. I've got a 2021 Model Y, and should I upgrade new or wait for hardware 5? I don't even know when hardware 5 is coming out, Sergeant Bolt, but you could literally keep waiting, because guess what happens when hardware 5 comes out? There will be hardware 6, and it goes on and on and on. I contacted my local store and they said a cashier's check from credit union is fine, so finance would see you and bring Tesla check for free supercharging. Hey, so that may be a little bit of a loophole here, and thank you for reporting on that, Lavendi, because that could be a cool one. I wonder if anybody's actually done that yet, but it makes sense, right? Because cash is essentially the same thing to them as a credit union check. Or I mean, a credit union check is essentially the same thing as cash. And this next topic, if you're wondering on a Cybertruck and the crash rating, it actually seems like it has a pretty good crash rating for being 5 stars. And so here's a quick video of it if you're looking to see it. If you've never seen a Cybertruck being a crash, here it actually is. This was the video they teased a long time ago, in which they basically didn't show the actual crash, but it does have crumple zones. It also got a 5-star ratings from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. So really cool to see that it is a safe Cybertruck if you're looking to get into one. Here is a quick slow-mo, or a slow-mo of it actually seeing with all the different airbags and everything with it, but very interesting to see. And let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking with a Cybertruck. And if you've never driven one, I highly recommend you try and drive one to see what it's actually like. But let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know what you're thinking. Oh, man. My camera. UCI guy, thank you for the super chat. Young, should I lease or a new Tesla or buy a 2022, 2023 used? I would say buy lease a new one. 36K, that's low. Richard, yeah, 100%. Brandon, what do you think the current APR offers for the new Model Y will go away? I imagine they'll have to up them until October 1st. Yeah, I would say it's going to stay still until about then. In this next topic, new Model Y deliveries are being delayed. And does this mean that the performance Model Y is here or coming very, very soon? I want to hear from you all. If you've got a Model Y order, a pending order, what is your estimated delivery date? What state are you actually in? And are you being delayed right now? If we take a look at it, Frunk to Trunk posted this. Certain Model Ys are 2 to 4 weeks out. We don't know if this is because a lot of people are ramping up with orders, which I think that could be the case with the 7,500 ending, and incentives are here and they're not going to get better. They're going to get worse, at least from Tesla's CFO says. But I'm curious to see if people are getting pushed out. Like, I've been talking to a couple people, it seems like one or two people got pushed out to August, but of course they're in different states that are of course not near any of the factories. But does this mean, I mean, this one, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is super far from the factory, which makes a lot of sense. But does this mean that the Model Y Performance is right around the corner? I mean, fingers crossed. I would love to see a Model Y Performance be right around the corner. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. I'm curious if people are picking up their Teslas and what type of time frame it actually is. I want to see a 6-seater price. Who knows, Richard? Yeah, I can't wait to see that as well. Matt, super chatted you before when Starlink pulled a Snoop Dogg. Oh yeah, thank you for the super chat, Matt. Sorry about that. Tesla has resumed the rollout of update 2025.26 with the bug update. Yeah, I'm still waiting for Grok. I've not gotten it yet, and I know a lot of people have, or at least like either it's 2% of the fleet has gotten it, which I guess that's not a lot of people. And Randy, is the Model 3 and Cybertruck the only cars with 0% APR? Yes, with full self-driving or full self-driving transfer. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for the like button and the comments and everything. See you guys in the next one. See ya.